Eddie looked sharper in pre-season. I mean, everybody looks madness in pre-season, and we've seen Chuba Akpom, we've seen Bear Thierry Henry in pre-season. But yeah, continuing with Mikel Arteta, it's a joy to play here. Big up the Arsenal fans, people. Is what it is. Apparently, is this the whole press conference? I don't think it is, but we'll see exactly what Mikel has had to say. On the response from Thursday, great, really determined, really aggressive, really going for it with no hesitations. This is what we wanted. We talked about it. We can have a result after the run that we were in, but it's about how we respond. We did it from the beginning in a convincing way. Yeah, I agree with Arteta. I would say forget PSV for a sec. It was a good response from the Southampton game. Still need to learn the lessons we ain't learned, even though they were minimum from Nottingham Forest. Closed the game in the first half, something we didn't do against Southampton. Second half went up several gears and slaughtered them in it, 4 goals and that, really. But we did score within the first 10 minutes. So, yeah, man, we just need to go, man. Again, we all keep your opinions coming, man. No one's right, no one's wrong. This is what football is now. Not going to lie, the way we play now is the closest to Wengerable we've seen since the man himself ran Arsenal, I hear that. Everyone's a scapegoat these days. Saka was a scapegoat earlier in the season. Man were on to Tierney. Gabriel was on a witch hunt. Smith Rowe, people, he's not even playing. People talking about weight. Xhaka has come a long way, but he was that once upon a time. There was a time last season, man, like party. We're never going to get around that. There's always something with fans. And that goes for all clubs. They probably all see that, but is what it is, man. On a special day for Nelson, you can sense how happy everyone was for him. Players, the staff, he's a great kid. He's really fighting and trying to get his place back. His journey has put him in the right place now to try to fulfill his potential. And today he made a huge step on that, on how he's matured a lot. Not only that, but with a lot of things that have happened in his life and the way he's responded to that. He's focused. Now is football. He wants to be at the club and compete with top players we have here. He's done it today and he helped the team to win the game. On Saka's injury, he was limping. He was uncomfortable. So let's wait what the news is. On the second half, it was time for the players to enjoy that moment. They earned it. We had so many games, a lot of emotions. He hasn't played a lot of minutes as well, or any prior to that. And he's every day conducting the right way. It's great to see some players having minutes. 300 winners at the Emirates Stadium. It's great. Honestly, thank you so much for all the supporters coming back. It made the game much simpler, much easier. The boys were just talking about it's a joy to come here and play in front of them. It's really special. And we're not playing at home for a sec now, innit? Weren't that the last one till December? So yeah, everyone who was at the Emirates, savor it, innit? Car now, boy, Molineux, in the league, Molineux to come, Stamford Bridge. I'm sure Brighton's there. You can all type again. We can all type in on Google Arsenal's fixtures in it, but we all know towards the end of the year now, issues getting real. They said that about October. We bust case. We need to keep going. We need to take the good, make it great. Obviously, the improvements we need to make within this team is pretty obvious that we need to improve that. But November, again, we need to review the month of October, really. We'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll chop a little vid up for you lot. Don't forget, Football Manager folk, we're playing at 4:30, but we've got Zurich on Thursday, Chelsea away 3 days later on the 6th of Sunday, 12 p.m. Then 3 days after that, we've got the EFL against Brighton at home. So, yeah, we're not at home in the league until December, but you can catch us at Brighton. In that game, obviously, you probably see rotation. And then after that, we've got Wolves away. So it's another big test on the squad. But if someone like Nelson can announce himself, be utilized more often, and we can rest players and we keep pushing people, then only an idiot or someone that doesn't really like their football club wouldn't want that people in it. So, yeah, man. So it is what it is. Smash the like button. Abigail, I don't know what that is, but I haven't said a damn word about Torres. Maybe that's directed at someone in the chat, but I'll leave that to you. Big up you lot. So, yeah, moving on from this, people. Arteta on goals, Nelson, Saka, and the atmosphere. On whether Arteta has made Partey watch his goal against Spurs back. He did watch it this morning, to be fair, but for sure it was a great goal. His performance is well raised today to a level he should be playing, and that's the consistency. The ability is there, but Partey need to do this. Stay fit, but do this all the time. 8 games, I'll even cut you a lottery if you're injured in that. But yeah, we already read that with Nelson. Saka injury, hopefully not. It was a bad kick right from the beginning. He was limping, but I don't see anything further than that. Let's see how he is in the next couple of days. He said, I think both the leg and ankle, he got kicked a few times and he wasn't comfortable to continue. I mean, he said that's for them. Arteta, I would have liked you to double down because Saka is getting kicked from pillar to post consistently. On what this month has told him about the team, lucky how lucky I am, sorry, to have them together with me. And again, especially when we win, lose, or draw, how united we are, how we respond to that. And today, I think it was a really good example. We know the schedule we're facing now. We're going to be facing in January. It's really, really demanding. So we have to face it, and we want to do it in the best possible way. Big up the fans. We already know. Big up the fans as well. Arteta's paid homage to the fans. On the response, people said big teams have to respond as quick as possible. And we did that after the disappointment of Thursday night. You don't have time. You go here Friday evening, 1.5 training session, and be ready not only physically but mentally again to another demand against a team that beat Liverpool, and the pressure is on. You lose the first place. You are there. We need to get used to that. On winning by a big scoreline, it was great. We certainly have been creating the chances to score, and we haven't been hitting the target enough. We have discussed that whole week. We have discussed that the whole week. And today, the individual talent obviously made the difference. They scored some fantastic goals, and they shared the goals, which I think is important as well. Again, we already spoke about his comments with Nelson. On Nelson giving him confidence after Saka's injury, we don't know. First of all, there are two different things. The fact that we have players that can contribute to winning games is really powerful. That's what we need. When you look on the bench to have players to change the game today, he's done it. Amen. And there was a time, if we look at Smith Rowe was starting week in, week out last season. He lost his place and was doing a bit of a super sub thing. So if Nelson can do that, or anyone else, we're laughing a bit, innit? Big up Reiss Nelson. Come on. I knew not to sell my stocks. 22 years of age. It's now or never, though. He said it was amazing display from us, you know, and of course I'm happy to just get on and get a couple of goals. But the most important thing was the 3 points and display we did it in. He said, when I went to warm up, I was thinking, I'm just going to warm up, then maybe come back down again. Okay, maybe warm up. But then the gaffer said, okay, maybe warm up for a bit longer. I kept warming up. I came back again and warmed up again. So I kept going like a yo-yo. And then he said, Reiss, you're coming on. I was just like, wow. But I knew it was one of those. It was my moment. So I had to seize it, you know. So I'm just happy and delighted that I could get on and help the team. Big up you. On his 2 goals, he said it was amazing. Like I was playing FIFA a bit. The first one, Gabby saw me in the box and I knew I could get there. So I had to get there. What I always say, think. Don't just wait for things to happen. Be proactive. He wasn't on his heels. If he's on his heels and he thinks, oh, Martinelli's doing all right, and he's watching it like us fans, he's not in the box. You're not in the box, you're not going to score. Simple as that. I could have made a serious inappropriate joke there, but PG. I was going to take it first time, but I kind of rolled it onto my left and hit it. Then I think the keeper saved. I was gutted. Then it came back and my eyes lit up and I just hit it and then banged it into the top corner. So I was really delighted. Then the second one, I was just busting my gut to get in the box again, hit the box. Because there's not too many players that consistently do that at Arsenal. Xhaka is one of the top players that do that. So I'm really delighted. Then the second one, oh, well, sorry, I've already said that. And he said, I think I just got there. And of course, I just placed it into the corner. But like I said, I'm just really happy and overwhelmed by the occasion. Big up Reiss. He said, and just the sound effects. It's like you said, I've been waiting patiently. I've been on loan. Sometimes you feel like it's not going to come, you know. But of course, I believe in God and I believe in myself and I believe in the team. I love how you're speaking, you know. So I've just been patient and ready for that, ready for the opportunity to come. Stay ready. Don't have to get ready. On giving him confidence, I think it gives me all the confidence in the world. And like I said, I'm just going to keep training every day like I can, hard as I can. If I get another opportunity, just keep going, helping the team really, and just keep pushing on. Amen. Thought we wouldn't get out the hood with Reiss. We're not there yet, but we're moving all right. This was a few weeks ago. Arteta backed special talent Nelson to shine. And he said this was a few weeks ago. After the spell that he had last year on loan, we wanted him to come back to see if there are any changes. And there's a prospect that we can take to the next level. We think the potential is there. We've seen something in Reiss that is special. He's been part of our academy system and he's going to have an opportunity. He's been out for almost 3 months with an injury. He's back now. He's fully fit and he's ready to play. He just needs minutes. His attitude and the way he's matured and evolved over the past year or so has been really impressive. I think everybody is talking about it and now he needs to do it on the pitch. Amen. He then went, this was obviously a month ago, but again, it's a squad game. It's a test for the squad in terms of numbers and the quality that you have when you make changes and how you notice that. At the same time, it's about how you are able to consistently play at the highest level and demand that of yourself and be successful doing it. Facts, Gaffer. It's not something that we did last season and it's something we'll have to do this year for different reasons. But I think everyone is going to have to be able to do that after the World Cup, especially with the scheduling that we have. And I remember when I went to the Emirates, there was a piece from... Oh, what's this? Is it watch along business? Oh, I got football today as well. This is a shag. I might have to cancel football to do a watch along for the under 21s, you know. Oh, why don't they give people time, man? I really want to play 5-a-side. Why don't they say yesterday they're doing this, man? I need to get back. All right, reviews come out later today as well for our under 18s and whatnot. People come doing you lot dirty, but for God's sake, Arsenal, tell us about it. 300 wins. Where's the Reiss Nelson thing, man? Let me go back, people. Cause I remember there was something about Nelson. He did a little think piece thing. I'm sorry, people. We're going down the rabbit hole. We've started, so let's continue. Another ones. Yeah, big up you lot. Reiss could be a late bloomer. People develop at different rates, and I think with football, everybody looks at, well, Saka did it, so you do it. You know, and I see some of fans here say it all the time, like, oh, it's not about being young. Saka, the madman that was at United, Pedri, Fatty, these guys, bro, man, are naming 10 players out the thousands and millions of footballers, couple exceptions to the rule. It don't work like that. Some people are gonna start well and then kind of tire out. Everybody's journey is different, and again, it comes down to how you are as an individual. Like Nelson, for me, is a confidence lad, and that's probably affected him. There it is. Nelson on loans, maturing and mentoring. I ain't gonna read all of this, but again, he's been on around like a while. It's now or never, blood. I'm 22. I made my debut when I was 17, and I feel I've learned a lot since then. When I was younger, I was maybe the cheeky chappy, very loud and just doing my own thing, which probably got me into trouble a bit. I wasn't really good with timekeeping and things that I should have been doing. I was doing what I wanted. I made my debut at 17 and was training with the first team at 15 and 16. So I felt like I had all the time in the world. But if I could give one bit of advice now, is that time goes just like that. Amen. So any other opportunity you do get, it's a basic thing, but live it and understand it to the full, because you never know how quickly your career can go. He spoke about how he's been mentoring Ethan as well. Big up that, but it is what it is. And he did speak about listening to coaches and doing things as well, people. So yeah, and he obviously here he spoke about training with the first teamers at the time. He said, for me right now, the person I look at and think he's doing well is Bukayo. That's because of how young he is and how he just takes everything in his stride. For me, that's a great thing to see. He's come through the academy, taking that route. He's done it perfectly. I think people underestimate how young he is and what he's actually achieving. For me, Bukayo is an inspiration because any young player should want to be like him. And then he said his mother inspires him. That's lovely to hear, man. And then he said Arsenal is like a family as well, people, which we already know. Spoke about having close friends and obviously learning while he was on loan. He said, I've done it before. Obviously, he was at Hoffenheim, but this time felt different because of the pandemic and I was on my own quite a bit. So you learn a lot about yourself. I think there's a saying in life, it says a lot of problems in societies is men's ability to be in a room bored. And in a lot of people, everybody, no one wants to be in a room by themselves and question their whole life, what they need to do, where they need to get to, and be honest with themselves. You know, only, you know, you don't do it alone, but you have to do it on your own. If you don't believe, no one else can believe. So hopefully he keeps doing his thing. I did a lot for myself and I learned about local culture, how the Dutch live, and I love that side. Now I'm 22. I've had a couple of loans in Germany and Holland and I've learned so much. And for me, it's about staying fit. He picks up these little niggling injuries. And he spoke about in Feyenoord how he was struggling with the training load, really, and he was getting injuries. So clearly he's looking after himself a bit better, people. I mean, we know you come from a difficult neighborhood. I don't want to just focus on that, people. And scrolling already, he said, I had a great time, but as soon as I came back through the gates at Arsenal after my loan, I don't know what it is, but I felt that love I have in my heart for Arsenal. I've always had that. People who have been at the club for a long time have that love, and I think it never leaves you. I don't know if it's because I know everyone here, from the security guards and the cleaners to Edu and everyone else, but it feels like my home. Home's where the heart is, but home always breeds confidence as well and complacency. You're away, you don't know how much you miss it, but when you come back straight away, you feel like you're at home again. I feel like everyone knows what I can do already, but I do feel like I want to get out there and play games again. I've played 50 times for Arsenal, but it hasn't been consistent. It's been over a period of 5 years, which is not what I wanted to achieve. Well, you're going to have to do more. I've made my debut at 17. Of course, I didn't expect to play every game straight away, but I really want to get into the rhythm of playing week in, week out. That's something that I've dreamed of. That's the main goal for myself. And I feel if I can do that, then my abilities will come through. I want to stay injury-free and focus on things I have to do. Big up to him. Big up Mumsy as well. He said, when I think of other times when I've been discouraged, I always try to realize that I could be in a worse position. I've always learned to take extra steps as it comes and remain thankful for everything I do have. Then if I get the chance to evolve, I have to take it. There are so many games coming up. Anytime I get called up, I'll be ready. I'm used to playing European football. I've done it for a long time, so I'm ready if it's this competition too. So yeah, man, big him up for that, man. Mature words from a 22-year-old young man. Xhaka off topic said there's more to come as well, people. He's the 17th player to reach the landmark for the club. He's played 200 games in the Premier League for us, people. It makes me proud for myself, for my teammates, for the staff. I've had in the last 7 years. It's not usual to make 200 games for a club like this. I always said I want to give something back. I feel at home as well. So hopefully there's more to come. 200 games, you can't achieve that from today, tomorrow. It needs a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline. A lot of people were included around me for the last 7 years. And in the end, it's hard work. Big him up. This is what we want to see, us players, the fans and the football club. We deserve to be there, in my opinion. Now we have to keep going, keep believing in each other that we can achieve something. So yeah, big him up for that one. Apparently, more than Fabrizio Romano said, more than 3 clubs asked for Reiss Nelson on loan in the summer, but Arsenal decided to keep him. Arteta is really happy with his approach to training, which he needs to do. Nelson can be a really important player for Arsenal to be used when rotating the squad for now. Hopefully that is the case. Nelson has been directly involved in the same amount of Premier League goals in the space of 8 minutes at the time versus Nottingham Forest as Jadon Sancho has in 10 Premier League appearances this season. Now, Sancho's my guy. Everyone can do these mad stats without context, really, but it shows that there's ability there. Big up Sancho. I want him to do well as well. Even Hudson-Odoi. Arsenal have now scored 30 league goals in 12 league games this season. We scored 61 last season in the league. So hopefully we keep going in it. Goals win games and that. Big up Jesus. He might not have bagged against Forest, but he had the most touches in the opposition box with 17, had the most shots with 7, most draws won with 6, most tackles with 3, most shots on target with 3, created 4 chances, and he got 2 assists to run away with. The goals will come, my brother. Odegaard made 18 passes into the box against Nottingham Forest, the most by an Arsenal player in a Premier League game since December 2022. William versus Spurs, right? Never would have thought I saw William there, but big up Reiss Nelson. His game by numbers, 100% shot accuracy, 92% of his passes, had 50 touches, had 9 touches in the up box, 1 possession 5 times, had 3 shots on target and 2 goals for his problems that he caused to them, and an assist. He made 2 passes into the box, and he had created 2 chances. So big up Reiss, man. Get confidence, keep doing it. 9 consecutive games, one at home, people. But again, only 1 clean sheet, so that tells you there's gears to go up. And our home record this season in all comps, it's lovely to see, man. And we've scored 23, conceded 7, and kept 3 clean sheets, and that is in 3, 6, 8 games. 8 games, 3 clean sheets, 7 goals conceded, 23 scored. All right. Arsenal have scored 5+ goals in the Premier League for the 3rd time since last season. Big up us, people. So yeah, people, we're unbeaten in 15 games when we've been leading at halftime. We drew the latest one against Southampton. You weren't dancing this yesterday, was you, pussy old Jesse Lingard, man? He had the fewer touches, dickhead. But anyway, sorry, people. Martinelli in the first half, he did his thing as well. Got his 5th league goal of the season. 29 touches, 12 final pass entries, 5 touches in the up box, 3 passes into their box, 2 interceptions, 2 shots, and a goal. And big up Pablo Maria as well. Fantastic touch of class from us to be doing up that one. So, yeah, man. It is what it is. Arsenal in October, we won 3-1 against Spurs, 3-2 against Liverpool, 1-0 against Leeds, drew 1-1 with Southampton, which we shouldn't have, and smacked up Forest in it. 4 wins, 1 draw, 4 goals conceded, and 3 goals scored across those 5 games. What's this Obino account saying? We've lost just 1 of our 11 PL meetings with Forest before that came up. Big up the Arsenal ladies who won as well, I believe. So yeah, man, we're doing what we need to do. Only Kevin De Bruyne has more goal assists than Saka and Jesus this season with 5. Big up Xhaka once again. Arsenal won 7 of their 9 games in October, losing and drawing 1, equaling a club record of a number of wins in a single calendar month, people, which was also 7 between 1987 and we also did it again in 04, February of that year, people. Big up Harvey Downs as well, people. 5 of the last 7 times an Arsenal player scored 2 goals off the bench in the Premier League has come in the month of October. Apparently, Nelson is the first Englishman to score a brace as a sub for Arsenal in the Premier League. And we scored as many goals in the first hour yesterday as we managed in the last 5 games. So hopefully we get back up there. Grealish who? Sancho what? I don't know them, man, there. Saliba's recovered possession 5 times so far, more than any other player in the game. That was lit. Only Fulham and Spurs have scored more headed goals than us. Crazy. So, yeah, man, good statistics, them. Arsenal beating 35 of the 37 teams they faced under Mikel Arteta. We only failed to beat Villarreal and obviously Forest at the time, people. And prior to that, we went 30 games without a sub scoring in all comps, which obviously Nelson said that it won't be done again, in it really. So yeah, it was nice. That's nice to know and nice to see in it. Xhaka and Partey have 8 goal contributions between them in the league this season, 3 assists and 5 goals between them. Shout out the midfield generals and the experienced uncles. The front three of Jesus, Martinelli, and Saka have the front three of them, they've got 26 goal contributions between them so far within the 12 games they've played. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Once again, I have to keep showing it, people. You know, unfortunately, we lost to PSV, and then sandwiched in between that. Well, in between that is all the victories, mate. So, yeah. Arsenal alongside City are the only remaining side with a 100% record at home in the PL this season. 6 games, 6 wins, 19 goals scored, 7 conceded, plus 6 goal different, 18 out of 18. Now, I want us to have that Anfield thing. Obviously, it got broken against Leeds. Beating Leeds and Nottingham Forest isn't for everyone. But, yeah, I want it to stay to the end of the season. Probably won't. Martin Odegaard made 18 passes into the box against Forest and a goal to match, which, they're on to Odegaard slightly as well, really. What's this? Jesus is not the perfect striker, but he may just be perfect for Arsenal. He is perfect for us, but he needs to score, my brother. So, yeah. I mean, this looks like a lot of jargon or one for me to read. Obviously, unfortunately, it was his 7th game without scoring. But we know he's lit. He created. We just saw them statistics there, people. Jesus has started his Arsenal career with 5 goals from 15 games. And the only remarkable thing about that is how in keeping it with the rest of his career, a goal just under every 3 games is roughly what Jesus averaged wherever he goes, whether at Palmeiras, 16 and 47, or City, where he got 58 and 159, or Brazil, where he's got 19 and 56. Okay. Fair enough. One of the reasons it feels unfair judging by Jesus by the output of a conventional striker is that his input is not that of a conventional striker. Of his 72 touches, only 16 came in the Forest penalty area. Well, you would like him to stay in the area a bit. 13 were in his own half. Here's the Lacazette thing. Big up Jesus, though.